All right, we're going to look at doors tonight. So I'm in Revit 2016 now, the student version. It's remarkably similar to 2015 in terms of the interface and the usefulness for this particular video project. So no big changes there. So I'm going to go ahead and start by activating the door command, which is up here under the architecture tab. The hotkey for it is DR. It's probably one of the easiest ones to remember, so I'm going to just type in DR. And doors are really easy. If you've got a wall, all you have to do is hover over the door, the wall where you want to put your door, and click. So if you've got a CAD underlay like this one, it's really easy to find those doors. But the other thing I can do is put it generally in the correct place, and then use the align command, which is up here, hotkey AL. I can select my CAD door and then my Revit door and make sure that they're perfectly aligned. If that's not, like in this case, it's not snapping to the right location, so I can just go ahead and align those. And I'm just hitting tab to find the right lines. So it's really, really easy to put in doors like that. I mean, very simple, right? So let's look at doors themselves. So I've got the door that came with this project, but I'm also going to just look at, let's look at the Revit standard door because it's got a lot of different options. So it's a single flush door, it's got some trim, etc., etc. This one, it shows it's 36 by 84. There are a lot of different options for door sizes that come standard with the doors that are already in the Revit library. You'll see here that we have a sill height, so that's how far off the ground the door starts, the bottom of the door is. You've got the option to add some materials in here and change some small instance properties here. When we hit edit type, that's where things get really interesting, particularly with these doors. So the things to notice is that you can make this an interior exterior door. I've noticed no big change in terms of function for modeling with that. And then you can see what happens with the wall closure. I usually keep that on by host. I can change my door and panel and frame materials here, and then I can also alter the height and width and trim, etc. of the door with all of these different parameters. Of course, if I do that, I want to type in duplicate for that. So let's say that I have a 42-inch door that's 84 inches high. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 42. Delete this 2 at the end. And then all I have to do is go into my width. Here it is. And change this to 42 inches. And if I hit OK, saves everything. Now I have a 42-inch door that I can place in my project if I needed it. Of course, if I need to change my door at any time, I can just go into the type selector up here in the properties and click the different type of door I need. The other thing I can do is I can activate the door command, and then I have the option to load a family here. And we can go into the Imperial Library and we have just lots and lots of different door options. Now, doors for curtain walls are a different beast, and I'm going to cover that in my curtain wall tutorial because it's a completely different thing from the doors that are kind of standard in Revit. So, but it's interesting how you load them. It doesn't make a whole lot of logical sense because you load them as a door, but you use them as a panel infill. We'll go over that more later, but lots and lots, as you can see, lots of different door options, some decorative ones, some kind of ugly ones, interesting ones. Yeah, just lots of options. And then we have all kinds of hardware if you need to model down to that level. It's kind of nice. And then we also have some residential doors too. We already looked at those. And some commercial doors. We've got a revolving door that's relatively new. Kind of interesting. So lots and lots of different options. And with any of these, they're going to have their own parameters. Like there probably will be a parameter for how large this opening is for the glass in this particular door. So it just really depends on your door. You can look at the properties that are there with it. Very, very simple command. And so while I'm at it, windows actually operate very similarly. So you click on window and you can hover over and put a window in any wall location that you need to. And those are for framed openings. There are oval ones. There are all kind of different ones. There are a few that come in with the program, these fixed windows, and then this project came with a couple of other different window types. But again, it's the same thing. If you look at edit type and the properties, you've got some different materials you can change. Very simple. It's, again, a different story when you're working with curtain walls, which we're going to do down here for this piece. It's a completely different video and a completely different topic. But doors and windows, very simple and straightforward.